Honolulu mayoral candidate Ben Cayetano isn't the only man who could stop the rail project. So could federal appeals judge Wallace Tashima.
After a 15-month court battle, he has to decide if the city followed the rules. Tim Sakahara has more on today's oral arguments.
There were plenty of smiles from rail opponents leaving the courthouse, confident they'll win. In court, the city argued if alternatives do not meet the purpose and need of the project, they can be screened out. But Judge Wallace Tashima said that is too general, and he said he can't find anything that pulls the city's argument together, to which the city said it did robust research with the Federal Transit Administration in the alternatives analysis. The judge said something else that bothered him was the traditional cultural properties were not identified until after the record of decision was reached, and said there was no effort to identify them before, saying that's a failure of the city. As for burial grounds, the city says there's no evidence the project will impact burials, and the reason they weren't done earlier is because of cost and because the search for burials could do more damage than the project itself.
What really happened here on the burials is that they refused to look for them, and then they made the decision to proceed based on the fact that nothing had been found.
We haven't run into any burials yet, but if it does happen, I mean, Native Hawaiian community can rest assured that the city has committed that they're going to move the project.
The judge said he'll decide in due time, but his parting comment was if the plaintiffs prevail, then both sides will have to discuss a remedy.
Well, I think he might have mentioned that because that was raised in argument, that there's this issue about remedies out there. So he wanted to, I think, cover that possibility, but he certainly didn't indicate how he was leaning.
If there's anything that was established clearly, was there were some alternatives that they kind of glossed over.
I remain disappointed at some of the answers that the city give because they're just not true, but we'll see.
Tim Sakahara, Hawaii News Now.